welcome to Top 5, the Wrestling Fellas' favourite videos, the most popular. Last week we had Hall of Fame classes. Did everyone get it right this week? Did everyone understand the assignment?
They can't get it wrong. They can't get this wrong.
They can't go wrong. Desert Man though has took it the extra mile for you.
Oh, has he? Okay. So Matt and John, what have the people got to say to us?
Do you want me to go first, mate?
Go for it, mate.
Right. Mr. Green has got 93 Andre the Giant.
Okay.
Obviously, he went in on his own. He's number 4, 2010. So you had $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Stu Hart, Wendy Richter, Maurice
Maurice.
Gorgeous George, Anthony Enoco, and Bob Urker. 94, Gorilla Monsoon, Arnold Shacklin, Bobo Brazil, Buddy Rogers, Chief J Strongbow, Classy Freddie Blassie, and James Dudley. 2015, he's written all these. This is why I'm reading them all out. Otherwise, I'll just do the years. So if you've just done the years, we'll just read the years. But if you've actually put the F in the comment, I'll read the comments for you.
Okay.
2015, Macho Man. He's put Macho Man, Raji Savage. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big Sexy Kevin Nash, Larry Zbyszko, Andre Blaze, Tatsumi Fujinami, whatever. The Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch, Arnie Schwarzenegger,
Tatsumi Fujinami,
and Conor the Christian Malik, and then number 1, Big John Studd, 2004, Big John Studd, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Don Marciano, Morocco, Greg the Hammer Van Time, Harley Race, Jesse the Body Ventura, Junkyard Dog, Sergeant Slaughter, Superstar Billy Graham, Tito Santina, and Pete Rose. There is a little message to us as well. Sorry, fellas, I work weekend, 12-hour shifts. Couldn't even tell you the last time I watched wrestling live. Always on catch-up, mate. Don't worry about it, Mr. Green. We just always wonder where you are. That's all it is. But yeah, no worries there, Mr. Green. Good list.
It's
top row, number 5, 2013, which was Bruno Sammartino, Booker T, Mick Foley, Trish, Backlund, and Trump. 2014, Warrior, Carlos Colon, Jake the Snake, Lita, Paul Bearer, Razor Ramon, Mr. T, Peter Fool. 2007, The American Dream, Dusty Rose, Mr. Perfect, Jerry Lawler, JR, Mr. Fuji, Nick Botwinkle, The Sheik, and the Wild Samoans. 2016 for number 2, The Icon Sting, Bossman, Godfather, Jacqueline, Stan Hansen, Freebirds, Snoop Dogg, and Joan London. And then 2006 is his favourite with Bret Hart, Eddie Guerrero, Gene Okerlund, Sherry Martel, Tony Atlas, Vern Gagne, The Blackjacks, and William the Fridge Perry.
So, All Elite Wrestling fella, which we now know is actually called John, because he came into live this weekend.
AKA Ted.
No, this is me.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, this one's you.
This is
Sorry,
me.
He says your nightmare's mine.
So, which is odd because obviously we share the same name. He's gone number 5, 2013, number 4, 2012, number 3, 2009, number 2, 2004, and number 1, 2014.
Okay.
Desert Man.
Here he is.
He said thumbnail tick, assignment tick. Let's have a look, shall we?
Right, here we go.
I'm hoping someone has done this on purpose where they can put in random matches instead of.
Yeah, then you'll see me snap. Number 5, 2011, The Heartbreaker, Shawn Michaels, The Road Warriors, with Paul Ellering, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bob Armstrong, Abdullah the Butcher, Sonny, controversial, and Drew Carey. 2018, Goldberg, Hilly Billy Jim, Ivory, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, Mark Henry, Dudley Boys, Jarvis Robertson, and Kid Rock. 2009, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Von Erichs, The Funks, Steamboat, Coco Beware, Howard Finkel, and Bill Watts. Number 2, 2020, NWO, The Bella Twins, William Shatner, and Titus O'Neil. And his favourite is 2019 with DX, Honky Tonk Man, Brutus Beefcake, Tori Wilson, Harlem Heat, Heart Foundation, and Sue Aitchison. And he's put, it's a crime Jericho isn't in the Hall of Fame. Apparently he don't want to go in the Hall of Fame, he don't give a shit, but we'll see when he retires. When WWE go, we'll put you in, and he goes, okay.
Okay. If you must.
Okay, if I've got him.
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I'm not going in for my learning tree though.
Money talks.
Yeah. Of course it does.
Money talks. Right, Juicy Usi. He's gone number 5, 2017 DDP. 2009 Terry Funk. 2005 he's gone Iron Sheik, Sheiky Baby. Number 2 he's gone 2019 DX Harlem Heat, Heart Foundation, Brutus the Beefcake, Tori Wilson, Honky Tonk Man, and then his favourite 2012 Ed's, Yokozuna, Ron Simmons, Mil Mascaras, the Four Horsemen, Ric Flair, Barry Windham, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and JJ Dillon and Mike Tyson. Just on Yokozuna, has anybody played the showcase mode?
Yeah, but I'm only 3 matches in.
And did you notice what Solo said his middle name is?
Mm-hmm.
Solo Sikoa's real life middle name is Yokozuna.
He said that before in an interview.
I've never heard it before. I'm blown away by it.
I think actually Jay or Jimmy said it in the interview they did. Was it Money in the Bank? They faced Solo and Roman.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. Yeah, that was them.
London.
Yeah. That's when he said it.
Okay.
Who did you do then? Who did you say?
You see, you're an Asian nightmare.
Okay. Ted alternate account, which he confirmed. 2023, Rey Mysterio, Stacey Keebler, The Great Muta, Andy Kaufman, and Tim White. 2024, number 4, Paul Heyman, Liam Maivia. He's done this to piss me off. Bill Nakano, should be Bull, educate yourself. Thunderbolt Patterson, the US Express, and the greatest Muhammad Ali. To be fair, it's not a bad one, is it?
It's not a bad. It's questionable, some of them.
It's just, I mean, the only two I'd question would be Leah Maivia, but now we know why. Because of everything she did. But the one I don't get in that is Thunderbolt Patterson, but that's just me. I don't quite know
that screams friends with Soulman Rocky Johnson to me. That's what that does.
Yeah.
You're just so negative, aren't you?
It's true. Wow.
It's true, though.
It is true.
The best bit was Paul Heyman and the US Express of that night. We'll talk about the Hall of Fame in a minute. The Undertaker, 2022 is number 3. The Undertaker, Queen Sharmell, Vader, the Steiner brothers, Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner, and Shad Gaspard. 2021, Kane, Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff has gone in on his own. Mighty Molly, Rob Van Dam, Great Khali, Ozzy Osbourne, Rich Herring. And his favourite is 2008, the Ninja Boy, Ric Flair, Eddie Graham, Gordon Solie, High Chief Peter Maivia. I bet The Rock had nothing to do with that one. Mae Young, Soulman Rocky Johnson, and the Briscoes.
So High Chief Peter Maivia and Soulman Rocky Johnson went in the same year.
Yeah, that was Vince. That 2008.
What was the main event at Mania in 2008?
Rock and Cena. No, it weren't. No, it weren't. 2008. What was that? 24. Edge and Taker.
Was John Cena and Rock on that one at all?
No.
Cena was. He was in a triple threat with Orton and Triple H.
I was just thinking cynical. Has it been?
No, with The Rock wrestling again. With The Rock wrestling again, you want to look at WrestleMania 20 because that was the last time in a long time, and then it was 2012 against John Cena.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's been part of he's been Hollywood come back, we need you for Mania, right? But put my granddad and dad in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had that much pull then.
No, not then. But if they needed him, yeah, a Vince side job instead of paying extra money.
Matt, I think you've got your mic clicked on not your mic again, because it's doing the thing again where it's got a lot of gain.
It's got what?
It's like
peaking. Yeah, it's coming through your camera.
Oh. It sounded fine on the recordings anyway.
There we go.
So on the recording, it doesn't go through that. It goes through this.
Yeah,
because that's what it's set up on stream as it's just
So
used.
it's just us. Right,
Yeah.
okay. I was making sure, mate, that's all. I thought I'd say something.
Yeah.
Heel Jack. So Heel Jack's gone 2006, Bret Hart headline. 2007, Dusty Rhodes headline. 2015, Randy Savage headline. 2019, DX headline. And in his favourite, 2011, Shawn Michaels headline.
I rewatched that again the other day, and it did make me cry. But I'm fucking sensitive at the moment, so anything will make me cry at this point. Fucking Roman Reigns returning yesterday. I mean, no, it didn't really. But
well, remember, we can go back.
You can do. There's two recordings for 2 things for a reason. No, I didn't. 1993. This is a bit angle. Number 5 is 93. Andre the Giant. 1995. Antonio Rocca, Ernie Ladd, George the Animal Steel, Ivan Putski, the Fabulous Moolah, the Grand Wizard, and Pedro Morales. Number 3, 1996. Vincent J. McMahon, Pat Patterson, Mikael Cisaluna, Killer Kowalski, Captain Lou Albano, Johnny Rodz, and Jimmy Superfly Snuka. 2005, Bob Orton Jr., Jimmy Hart, Hulk Hogan, The Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, Paul Orndorff, and Rowdy Roddy Piper. And in 2017, Kurt Angle, DDP, Beth Phoenix, Rick Rude, Teddy Long, player, he says.
Player.
Rock and Roll Express, and Eric Legrand. And then there's a comment underneath that. It says, the year that they did the Double Hall of Fame 22, I think they really had a good lineup. Eric Bischoff, NWO, Kane, RVD, JBL, etc. The wrestlers that year deserved to be in front of a crowd, not an empty building. That was my issue, Chris Johnson. That was my issue. But then the comments from the Hall of Fame. On the Hall of Fame, we now have a time of the Hall of Fame for this year. I'm fucking doing a long one, boys. We'll be live for 12:45 for SmackDown on the Friday, and then straight after SmackDown is the pre-show for the Hall of Fame, and then the Hall of Fame, which starts at 7 a.m. in the UK. So I will be going all the way through to watch it, then going to sleep, then going to John's to watch NXT and WrestleMania.
Unsaved. What time's Hall of Fame start? At 7.
7. So it'll probably finish at 10.
So why don't you get a couple hours, Kip?
I will be doing straight away.
Do you want the pre-show?
I can only have 1 hour, Kip. It's an hour. 4. Oh no, 6 it starts. Sorry, 6 it starts.
6, right? Yeah, that was trying to.
I wouldn't, and plus I wouldn't, because I won't wake up.
Hall of Fame, so we can react that later. But...
No, Triple H is going in. My favourite wrestler. I don't give a shit.
Come on, John. You should know this by now.
It's like if fucking Seth or Roman would be going in, I'd be watching it there and then. It's a massive one. If it was last year's, I wouldn't give a shit. I would.
I have got something about Seth later on. Remind me for the other recording in a bit.
Okay.
Right. What was the assignment this week, Theodore?
The assignment this week.
Instead of playing Supercard.
Yeah, that's why I did
it. People that we want to see in the Hall of Fame that currently are not in the Hall of Fame.
Little disclosure.
Yeah, that's it. There is a few omissions that we're avoiding for obvious reasons, which is Chris Benoit is one of them. I know the person and the wrestler are 2 separate people. We've been very clear on that when we spoke about him in the past, but to not upset people, we have said no to Chris Benoit going in and that also extended to. Have we said no to the Rascals? Is that the Rascals?
The Rascals can go in all they want. The Radicals won't go in now.
Radicals, sorry. The Radicals.
Just clear that up. Are we extending that to the Radicals? Yeah.
I said I don't give a shit. It's up to you. So I don't care.
Do you want me to start?
Go for it.
Yeah.
So my number 5. We mentioned him earlier. He said that he didn't want to be in the Hall of Fame, but mine would be Chris Jericho. Is my number 5.
He will be in there.
Yeah, he will. He will go in. Is 100% after he's retired at the age of 76. After, let's say, another 3 factions that don't matter.
Another 4 Ring of Honor World Title reigns.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd say Jericho. He deserves to be in there. He's
Yeah, of course he
my
does.
favourite wrestler. He all day should be there. He's just for being the first ever undisputed champion. He could probably get in on that alone, and the longest. Well, he's the most reigns. Oh no, he isn't anymore. Is it the Miz who's got the most reigns for the IC title? Is it Miz or is it?
Yes, Miz is now
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, it's Miz now. But just how long he held that record as well. But yeah, Jericho deserves to be in there all day for me.
And he's still in high regard with WWE because they mention him on when they do video packages about the Intercontinental Championship. They always mention Chris Jericho, so he's still in high regard with them.
Yeah.
So as soon as he retires and he puts his ego to a side, he'll go, "Oh, I'll go in now. I need the money." Legends deal signed.
Boom.
Chris
Absolutely.
Jericho toys for John will be coming. My number five, I mentioned it before.
Mhm.
He will never ever go in because of his missus. Owen Hart deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. I know people look at the WWE Hall of Fame and go, "It's nothing. It's worthless." But let's face it. You get a call saying you're in there. Look at Lex Luger and how happy he was that he was getting called up to the Hall of Fame.
Lex would have been on my list if they didn't announce.
Yeah, he would have been on mine. He would have been on mine,
Same.
and so would have been Triple H as well. But yeah, Owen Hart deserves to go in. He whatever WWE gave him, he ran with it and made it better than it should have been. Obviously, his tragic death over the edge, but he was fucking mint. Owen Hart. He was better than Brett by miles.
Oh, absolutely.
So much more
Absolutely.
entertaining, and his stuff in Nate and the Nation of Domination as well, when he was
So
the only
good.
white guy in it, and people thought it wasn't gonna work, and it did. Was
Owen made things work. That's the thing with Owen. You could give him shit and he'd
Oh,
make
yeah.
it work.
Look at the fucking blue blazer. But yeah, Owen Hart, I will stand by. He's not on my list because I've scribbled around my list and I knew you were putting him in, so I felt like he's already going in on one of the lists. But Owen Hart was the best Hart wrestler by a shadow of a doubt. There isn't. Brett got lucky, I think, because of the time he came through to be the forefront of it. If it was the other way round and Owen went through the ranks early, Brett would have been second fiddle.
100%. 1,000,000,000%.
Right, my number 5.
Yep.
Little fun one. I absolutely adored this group when they were around. I fucking loved
It's
them.
literally a house party in it.
No. I didn't like Lucha House Party. This
3-man band.
This group for me is when you talk Attitude Era, we talk about
Oh, I know you put in.
DX, we talk about The Rock, Stone Cold, we talk about
Val Venus, Taker, Kane.
This group was pinnacle to the Attitude Era and go under the radar so
I
much.
agree with you, by the way. I totally agree. They're in me honourable mentions.
So much. And now that Big Rock's going to pull in it, I can see one day.
Kai and Tai.
Shit.
Funaki, number 1 announcer.
My number 5, after all that hype, I want to do the Hall of Fame speech because I'll fucking do them honour, is the greatest trio of the Attitude Era. Too Cool.
Oh, I won't say that. Gangrel, Edge, and Christian, mate, are better.
Oh, okay. I'm back on board.
Hang on. Who did you think it was?
I thought you were going to
The Mean Street Posse? No, he wouldn't have gone in Kai and Tai. In the Hall of Fame.
And it's a list of 1 to 5, as you're well aware. Funaki's number 1.
Announcer.
No, mate. Too Cool were just awesome. I fucking loved it. And the fact they got Big Quiche on it, and Big Quiche put the sunglasses and he danced every week with them. And then there was the spot in the Rumble, which is obviously from 2000, which is my favourite spot in the Rumble, where they come out to put the glasses on him, they dance, and then he fucks them both out. He sort of goes, it's business.
And then they all do the 2-finger touch to them. Yeah.
Too Cool. They were awesome. I fucking loved them.
Yeah, I agree. They are in honourable mentions. Well, I have got a list of honourable mentions, which I will go through at the end of them. because obviously we don't know who's picking him. Number 4, I'll go first. This person isn't in, and I thought he was, and I had to triple check because I honestly thought he was in. King Kong Bundy isn't in the Hall of Fame. I know.
He's in every fucking. What?
I know. I've checked every Hall of Fame list. Courtaholic also did a video on it, saying he's not on it.
Wow.
Now, unless I've been trolled, and Wikipedia is lying to me, and Courtaholic are as well, then King Kong Bundy should go in.
Absolutely. That one has surprised me.
I have a feeling it's because of some legal issues
Potentially.
that I think he's involved in, or the fact he hates Hulk Hogan. But everyone does nowadays, so that's nothing new.
Hogan, Booker's coming for you.
Booker, fuck yeah. King Kong Bundy's not in, at all, and apparently it's because he refused to do a spot for Randy Orton with his feud with Undertaker, and Vince Black labelled him because he never replied to him.
Fingers crossed, it's one of the ones Paul can sort out now.
Aye, but yeah, I'll just elaborate on King Kong Bundy because I had to check. Yeah, his feud with Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 2 in the cage match. How he isn't in, obviously we don't know, but he should be in. Absolute icon.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do my number 4.
Go for it.
This one, I think it's controversial because of there's controversy behind it, but for his work for the hardcore title for a long time, and him not being there, I still every year when the announcement, I think it's a diabolical that this guy's not in there, and that is Crash Holly.
Oh, shout!
Oh, that is a shout.
Yeah, I think it's because of the way that his death and whatnot afterwards he's left and stuff. But how Crash Holly hasn't been put, how Bob Holly's not been put in, another one, but he's not on my list.
Bob Holly left with issues.
Yeah, I know Bob Holly's left with problems, but how Crash is not. Crash was the hardcore title for me.
Yeah, just the segment in the fucking the kids play area.
The 24/7, the whole 24/7 made the hardcore title. Once the likes of Mick Foley stopped carrying it, the hard 24/7 with Crash Holly made it relevant to that point where they tried to do it again with a 24/7 title with R-Truth, which it was good, but I feel Crash's hardcore title run was so much better.
Definitely.
Right. Ted, number 4.
Number 4, Matt, I think you're going to agree with mine. When a massive thing for me for wrestling is entrances, entrance music, and I don't understand how this guy's not in, because he is the music of the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, and what we hear now are fucking worlds apart. Jim Johnson should be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
He was in honorable mentions, definitely.
I believe they're trying to get him back in to work with them as well.
No, that was a false rumour.
Was it?
Yeah, Jim Johnson himself came out and said he's not doing anything with WWE. He's happy retirement.
Oh, that makes me sad. But yeah, Jim Johnson, absolutely should be in there. You don't get the sound of the Attitude Era. You don't get Stone Cold's music. You don't get all the way up to John Cena's music. Probably that's his era. So that span of musical decisions. It's Undertaker's music. You don't get the Undertaker's music without Jim Johnson, and that's just iconic. He has got so many iconic music tracks. He deserves the accolade.
Let me just put it out to you both now. Just a simple yes or no on this. Have you got Broken Dreams on your playlist?
No.
Yes.
Have you got trying to think of other Jim Johnson songs. Broken Dreams didn't want to make because that was on my car before, but I know it's Jim Johnson. You've got the likes of anything the Rock's had till recently. Taker, I would say Stone Cold, but Disturbia did Stone Cold's best one.
Yeah. Disturbed.
all
Yeah.
sorts. Randy
But yeah.
Savage, like
My
everything,
Time
like,
Triple H was a tune.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Time.
I like that song.
DX.
That was a band, DX, wasn't it? Because remember they played it.
Yeah, it was
Mania, wasn't it?
Thingy Matthews Band, but then Johnson put his own twist in it, didn't he? In the 2000s.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a different style.
Ding,
And it
ding,
says
ding,
Jim Johnson
ding,
underneath
ding,
it.
ding, ding.
When you search DX's music, it says Jim Johnson.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's in honorable mentions, Jim Johnson, for me.
So yeah, he 100% deserves to be in there for me.
John, number 3.
Number 3. Now, I feel my number 3 be a headline Hall of Fame entry one day. There's a few things that's not him, but linked to him, that may be what's holding them back for a while.
Okay.
But he will go in the Hall of Fame. I do not doubt it. That's Shane O'Mac.
Yeah. Honorable
Shane O'Mac
mentions
will be
again.
a headliner of Hall of Fame one year. But I think what's going on with his dad, and obviously he still want to be in the business at the moment, and I think maybe a little bit, I don't know what's going on there backstage with him and the company, but Shane O'Mac has got to be a headliner one year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it does all day. Number 3, I will go first. I'm assuming he must be on your 2s as well. But my number 3 is William Regal.
He's in.
He's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Nope.
I thought Willie was in.
Nope.
No, because he went to AEW,
That's why
didn't he?
That's why I didn't put him on my list, because I thought he was in.
Yeah,
Bollocks.
no, he's not.
William Regal, just for all the work he's done. It's he's running WWE, right? We're amazing. All the stuff he did as a commissioner, it's absolutely fantastic. All the work he's done in NXT during the biggest NXT. Well, NXT's getting back there now, I'd say, but he's like work on NXT and with everything he did with bringing all the young talent in, a lot of them now after Dusty, you had Willie after that, essentially, that were helping out. For him to go away, I think it showcased how important he was. He went to AEW, and WWE were happy to take him back. I'd say they wanted him back ASAP.
Triple H took over.
It shows how well he's respected in wrestling, that Tony Khan was happy to let him out.
Yeah, he just couldn't be shown on TV, could he?
Yeah.
For a
That
year.
was the only agreement. He couldn't be shown on TV, but he was happy to let him go, because he was how well he was respected. If we've listened to, I don't know if you have, Ted, I know me and you've definitely listened to it, Matt, because we were discussing it. I think we did an episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode, that.
He did a podcast with Jericho.
Mm-hmm. Talk is Jericho.
Talk is Jericho, and it was a great episode. What a lot of people don't realise, I think, with Regal as well, when he was doing the black and gold, which is probably arguably the peak point, well, the prime NXT. And I'm not going to say it's a peak, because NXT is on the up again. It plateaued and dropped a little bit when it would end 2.0, but it's on its way back up. But black and gold NXT was his baby, and his and Dusty's kids came through. What people don't realise is he didn't just work at the PC. He would go to the independent shows. He'd hide in the background. He'd be watching people, and not necessarily they approached him to try and get him to NXT, or he was the motive. But he would also have a conversation, so like on the spot, like, look, I've just watched your match. I thought it was great, but try doing this and do this and that. He was to help people develop when he wasn't even being paid to do it. And a lot of superstars, like now, that we look up to, so Adam Cole, Roddy Strong, Finn Balor, they will probably have a conversation and say that they owe a lot to Will Regal for his influence in their career.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely agreed. My number 3, China. She don't know how, well, we do know why she's not in, but how she's not in is unreal on her own.
Yeah.
Obviously former women's champ, Intercontinental champ, the only woman to hold the Intercontinental Championship. massive influence and to make women's wrestling actually okay in the Attitude Era instead of just stripping down into the knickers and whatever. She was a powerhouse. She was a force. And it's a shame that she's not in on her own. I feel like she will be. I feel like it's all. I think the call for her is getting bigger.
Yeah.
And I think Triple H won't be able to overlook it very soon. Especially when he runs out of women.
Well, I think this could be one of the ones with TKO, pull rank on it as well.
Well, that, and I just think he's going to run out of women eventually. Well, there's a few women on my list there that need to go in as well. But after them, there should be there's no one. The Bellas have gone in before her.
Yeah, I know. So I haven't put her on my list because I feel like she's such an obvious one that should be in. That everybody says that I've left her off. There's a couple obvious ones that I haven't put on my list as well because I feel like they could go in this one or the next one. So Bray Wyatt's not on my list because it's coming for me. This was me trying to build a list of, long shots. But Chyna well deserves. She bridged the gap between men and women wrestling as well, which I feel like WWE should test the water with again with the likes of Rhea Ripley and have her go against the men.
Yeah, exactly. She's paved the way for that sort of person as well. That if you hear everyone speak, like 90% of divas that come through now, Chyna's one of the mentions that they get of people that have paved the way for them.
You could see it in some of them. Rhea's a prime example. You can see that she was inspired by Chyna. She's done her ring gear, God knows how many times. She's done homage to her in the ring gear and stuff. Chyna absolutely deserves to be there on her own. One day she will do, hopefully. Well, it's not hopefully. I know she will do one day. It's just when. It's the issue.
Is that everyone's threes done?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2. Do you want to go, Matt? Do you want to go?
Yeah. You've already mentioned him. My number 2 is Funaki. No, number 2 is William Regal. For all the reasons you've just said. I don't need to go in again how much I love William Regal. I did it when we did the was it on the podcast we spoke about Will's Regal.
It might be Spotify days. That one.
Yeah, so I mean you can't go back and listen to it because I think that I'm still on there, aren't they?
If
you really wanted to go to Wrestling Fans and Spotify and listen to it. I talked very deeply about William Regal. I think he's absolutely tremendous. Everything he's done from in the ring, even when he was one of the biggest heels in the Attitude Era. Everyone hated him. I fucking loved him. Thought he was mint. The way he pissed off Undertaker and sided with Triple H and Vince. And then in the Invasion angle, going over to the Invasion, like he was just so good. The character work was amazing. And then obviously his NXT days, helping Blackpool Combat Club, and then coming back over and helping Triple H run the talent. Nothing more needs to be said about Riggs.
I'll go next. Mine's already been said as well. Chris Jericho.
Okay.
All the reasons above, but it's gonna happen. I don't care what he says. It's gonna happen. Money talks. Policy dries up. Whatever. But yeah, he goes in not just for his in-ring, but he's the inventor of some matches that people forget as well. He was the inventor of the
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I think he had a say in Elimination Chamber as well. I mean, the stuff he does. I mean, for AEW to grab him because they knew they needed a superstar. They had stars, but they needed somebody that was well known. To go and grab Jericho was a massive coup for them. I mean, he's the guy so popular that he fucking set sail on a cruise 2-3 times a year, which is just to piss up and wrestling. And obviously he's a rock star as well with Fozzy and shit. So yeah, Chris Jericho is my number 2.
My number 2 is an obvious one, but he has to be there. The final boss, The Rock, has to be in the Hall of Fame. His career, for one, the legacy of everything else. He's on the board. He's
Yeah.
He went away, put wrestling. To be fair, he made a path for everyone. I know Hogan was in Hollywood for a while, but not to the level of the Rockers. Like
Yeah,
that's why where look at John Cena followed him down the Hollywood route. Batista, he just opened the door for.
Roman's starting to get in the movies now as well.
Yeah, he were in Fast and Furious.
He's just filmed a new movie as well recently, a comedy thing with Eddie Murphy.
No.
I think it's. Do you know? I don't know if you ever watched the heist movie Eddie Murphy did.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it might be the third part of that. I might be wrong. I might be well wrong, but yeah, he's just filmed another movie recently where he's playing like the bad gang boss.
He is the tribal chief.
He's not the tribal chief at all. Oh, hang on, we're talking about. Roman. I zoned out then.
Roman.
Sorry. Roman. Oh, chop Roman is. Yeah, I've said The Rock.
No.
Yeah, Roman is the tribal chief.
He is the
high chief.
He's my OTC as well.
He's above the tribal chief now.
Yeah, he'll never be above the tribal chief.
He's the high chief.
He is the high chief.
No,
but yeah, The Rock, and just like every time he comes back, it's a big deal. I'm happy we've got a fucking answer finally from the 1, 2, 3 at Bullet Blood.
Have we?
Bad Blood.
Still waiting for one.
If you believe that, if you believe that shit.
Yeah, if you're going off that, mate, we still need one.
Hey, so he did that.
I don't believe it whatsoever. So.
I just think Rock just wanted to show that Rock can turn up and do what he wants, and that's that. And he couldn't think of anything else to do. He couldn't drop his normal "Can you smell the Rock's cooking?" So he just went 1, 2, 3, and his music kicked in.
Yep.
I don't know, but yeah, so every time he comes back, like the fans go wild. He was one of my favourites, like during the Attitude Era. As I was a Rock guy. He was just cool. He's just a cool guy. But yeah, so The Rock for me. He's gonna go in. He's gonna go in 100%. But he's something that I'm shocked that isn't in already. Number one.
Number one. First. I'll go first because you've just mentioned him, so I don't need to go into it. My number one's The Rock. You can't have a Hall of Fame without The Rock. I know he's become a bit of an asshole now because he's putting his family in and doing everything he wants to do with his family. It's the fucking Rock, mate. No matter what anyone thinks of The Rock, he was one of the mainstays in the Attitude Era. He never took his ball and went home. He never cried. He fucking got on with it. He had a feud with Triple H where the title was going back and forth before it got boring. His feuds with Austin at WrestleMania 15, 17 and 19 were 3 of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time and still get spoke about.
WrestleMania 18 I know we hate Hogan, but
it's a fucking shit match that. That was one of the worst matches in wrestling history.
But if you watch it with the sound on.
No, I have the sound off because it's even fucking. I have the TV off as well because I can't watch it. It's shit. But like but it's awful. Hogan's so bad in it. But that's another story. And yeah, his matches with John Cena at WrestleMania 28 and 29. Well, 28 was good, 29 was just awful. And then yeah, in coming back with being the final boss on the board, pulling punches, doing what he did last year. As much as we all hated it, it fucking made for a great WrestleMania.
Yeah, it did.
It made for an absolutely fantastic WrestleMania. And Cody finished his story at the expense of the tribal chief, but we'll let that slide because it was Cody at the time. But yeah, The Rock is number one.
My number one. It's a controversial one, but I think you'll all agree.
Steve Blackman. Oh.
Christian deserves to be in there.
Yeah.
I'd say if not as much as Edge, because Christian has always played second fiddle.
Yep, I agree.
To Edge, but he is a fantastic talent in his own right, and it's great to see him get his flowers a little bit in AEW, apart from this weekend, which we'll discuss later. But
I'll take him off my honourable mentions because you mentioned him.
But yeah, Christian for me needs to be in there. You've got Edge and Christian. You've got Captain Charisma, say when he broke away from Edge when he was doing stuff with DDP. Had great matches at WrestleMania. He then betted on himself, went to TNA, absolutely showed the talent that he was a world champion class wrestler. Came back to WWE, won the World Heavyweight Champion.
Hang on, you've missed something important there. He won the ECW title.
Oh,
When when Todd Grisham went, it's Christian, because Vince didn't want him to overreact.
Dumb. So dumb.
But yeah, he won. He finally won the world title, didn't
he? Another one, Jim Johnson, my favourite, my previous pick. Christian's music, both sets, the W ones are all Jim Johnson tracks. He's just so good, but he's never had his flowers, and it's a shame he's had to leave WWE to get those flowers. For me, on both occasions, because when he won the world title, it felt like he was just giving it.
I know, but that storyline with Orton was fucking mint.
Yeah, it was.
It was one of the best storylines that year. I think it was the best storyline that year.
Yeah.
I think WWE put Rock and Cena up there first, but then it was that. But for me, that overpipped it. His stuff with Orton and the one more chance thing was some of his best work he's ever done.
Yeah, it was so good. But yeah, so Christian's my number one all day. JB?
So I had to change my number one because obviously we exempted them earlier on. Mm-hmm. They were my number one. So I've gone, and I couldn't think of no one while we were starting to go. So I've gone for a future one, which I do think it'll happen. Just depends on one person in the group.
I know you've gone.
These three people as individuals have carried wrestling on their shoulders and been the peak and the forefront of wrestling in the recent years. And we don't talk wrestling today, as in the product today, without these, well, at least mention one of these names in every conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They go by together as Sierra, Hotel, Indigo, Echo, Indigo. Is it Indigo?
No. Indigo, Echo, Lima,
Delta,
the Shield. As a trio, they should go in together. As solos, they're all cert to Hall of Fame too. The only one I have doubt with is a Mr. John Moxley, or if you know him from WWE, Dean Ambrose. I don't know, but same as Jericho. I think Renee would have a big say in it. I think one day when he does hang up the boots, he'll go in, he'll take the offer, but I think it'll be one of them ones we'll wait a few years for.
Oh yeah, it'll be time.
Yeah, we'll wait. I think with Mox, I think the idea of when he hangs up his boots, he's done. You know, and it'll be him walking off to the sunset and probably not want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And then it'll be probably Renee that's sort of like, look, they're knocking at the door. Come on, take it. Go in with the boys at least.
I think Roman and Rollins as well. I was saying that because they're all still close.
Yeah, well, ruined. What's she called? Oh, she's got a really old person's name.
Hey?
His daughter. So Rue's Seth's daughter and Mox's daughter. They play together. They're friends. They have like play dates and meetups whenever they can, and they're like same city sort of thing. So yeah, they still have a lot of contact with each other.
Well, Roman said it in an interview last year that he speaks to Mox. He tries to speak to him at least once a month. Obviously, he speaks to Rollins every day, but Mox he tries to speak to once a month. But because his schedule is different to his, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure Mox said recently he doesn't speak to many people because that's naturally how he is. But there's a handful of people he does keep in touch with on a regular basis. And I, Seth, Roman, a couple of guys from obviously AEW and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, they're a cert. They're an absolute cert.
Of course they are.
I just the only thing I could think when we changed it, or when we decided we're not putting them in.
Yeah.
That's that was the only thing that kept popping into my head.
Well,
and I'll tell you why it kept popping in my head. I've added somebody to my desk this week.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough.
Going, put me in.
Well, there are picks. I have got honorable mentions, so these are the ones I thought of. Demolition.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan.
That one.
Hardy
Yeah.
Boys.
I had them on my list, but I took them out because I feel like that's coming the next year or so.
Umaga.
We'll be a shout this year, that one.
Victoria. Bray Wyatt.
Absolutely.
Luke Harper.
Yes.
Jazz.
Yes.
It's just not it.
No.
I
Mickey
felt
James.
Jazz was in, so. Jazz
Ultim-
in TNA Hall of Fame, that's what you're thinking.
yeah, Jazz is in TNA Hall of Fame.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Mickey James.
Yeah.
Ultimo Dragon. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Absolutely travesty that Big Bam Bam Bigelow's not in already.
Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
Velvet McIntyre. Former women's champ. Natural Disasters, I think they're going in this year from what I've been reading. They're next to go in.
They're next to be included.
The Animal. Batista.
Yeah.
I've put Chris Benoit on the list. Just because he should... Like, it's so awkward talking about it. I hate it.
It's a tough one.
But wrestler-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Show.
Yeah.
Earl Hebner.
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
Cole. Taz.
Yeah.
Big shout next year or so. Taz, yes.
Tommy Dreamer. Sandman.
Yes.
Now he's signed a Legends contract.
Yeah.
New Jack. Because you said him before.
Yeah.
Raven.
Yeah.
Sure,
Sabu.
not it.
Of course he's not.
None of these CW guys are in.
None of these CWI bar
Barring
him and an RVD.
Yeah.
Sabu.
Guy, innit?
Bruce
Yeah.
Pritchard.
I feel like he'll go in soon.
Vince McMahon. The character.
Yes.
Dean Malenko.
Absolutely a travesty. That's who I was going to put in.
Yeah, I was
I-
telling
when
with
I-
him as well.
When I had to take, we'd say we'd take the radicals out. I was just going to go Dean Malenko then, but
Go on.
but Shield came in
Yeah.
instead.
Billy Kidman.
Billy was one I toyed with. He would have been one of my honourable mentions if you didn't mention him. Billy Kidman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dynamite Kid.
Yeah.
Psychosis. I tried to think outside the box with cruiserweights and stuff. That
Psychosis can't.
He'd probably never go in, but for what he's done.
Why?
But yeah, he's
He went on a rampage, didn't he? And shot somebody, if I'm not wrong.
Psychosis. Actually, went Psychosis.
Yeah, he did.
All right, don't matter then. Tajiri.
Yeah.
Finlay.
Another one I thought were in. Like,
Is Fit not in?
No. Finn should be it. Finlay should be in it. He's not.
That surprises me.
Goldust. Sorry, Ted Dust.
Yeah, Gold.
I was about to
Gold.
say.
He'll go in once he's AEW runs.
Oh, I know he will. Haku. Ivan
Yeah.
Koloff, which I'm very surprised isn't in, but I found there's reasons why. Legal reasons. Jim Cornette. I put on there. Ken Shamrock.
We've rumoured Ken for the last couple of years, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm very surprised
And
he's not
obviously,
been
with,
put
with
in
it
yet.
being Vegas this year as well, there was a big thing because it was linked to UFC there as well.
Yeah. Lillian Garcia.
Yeah.
Tony Chimmel. Do you know who he is, Ted? John.
Yeah.
He's a ring announcer for SmackDown who went the rated R superstar.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Little H. Charles Robinson.
Oh, absolutely.
Nick Patrick. The WCW referee who came over and faced Earl Hebner at Invasion.
Yes.
Miss Elizabeth. One for you to
Yes.
see that. The Nation of Domination.
She's another one that would be a weird one to go in.
I know. Rick Martel. Sable. Mark Mero. Stephanie McMahon.
A free question night with.
I know. I'm just thinking what they did for the business, though.
No, I'm saying he's doing a show
Yeah.
in Manchester. Like
Oh, I thought you said Sable.
Yeah, he's doing a free show, a free night with Mark Mero.
I think he's doing a show. Hacksaw Jim Duggan in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've seen that one floating around as well.
Next week, actually. A week today.
I'd rather watch paint dry. Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
Rhino.
Yep.
King Kong Bundy, but I've just put him in. X-Pac on his own. New Age Outlaws.
Yep.
Natalia.
Absolutely.
Tyson Kidd. For
100%.
what he's doing backstage.
I just thought, mate, watching his stuff that Natalia's posting him at the moment, I can't believe this guy can't wrestle.
I know, innit?
So smooth in the ring, it's unbelievable.
Test. Never get put in, but
he'll never get put. He's one of the ones, mate, should have been in a long time ago.
Yeah. And the last one I've got in here is Albert/Tensai.
Matt Bloom.
For what he's doing in the Performance Centre.
Matt Bloom might get in on his own. Yeah.
Matt Bloom will get in. Al Snow's another one.
Al Snow and Steve Blackman, yeah.
Steve Blackman, Al Snow, Bob Holly.
I think it's because they weren't great with it backstage. I think that's the only reason that stops them.
Al Snow was loved backstage.
Al Snow was absolutely, everybody fucking loved Al Snow because he did a job for them.
Blackman was as well.
Yeah.
The Hollies is one that you easily had issues.
Like if Cody's got any pulling power, Bob Holly be in the next few years because Cody is a big fan of and friend of Bob Holly. The ECW guys, I feel that they'll all start to drip in the next few years. I think Vince being Vince is what held them out because they were the competition. And then obviously if you flick through them lists, how many of them people had issues with Vince? Now that issue's gone, we're talking demolition.
After all the years, the issues they had.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's absolute certs. There's other ones there like the New Day. They're absolute certs.
Yeah, I didn't put people like that in because I know the Hardys are still wrestling, but they've been wrestling since the fucking 90s. Like New Day, I didn't put in there because I thought of New Day. And obviously the people like AJ, and I was going to put a bit on it, but I don't think.
I've put any the Shields one, and then just because I needed one, but like at AJ, you could rattle off so many if you go off the current roster. You could fucking probably name the entire roster at some point, and for some reason. But right, what have we got for the next one? What do you think?
Well,
we're getting to WrestleMania season.
Shall we move away from the Hall of Fame? And let's have favourite WrestleMania moments. So, not matches, like moments, things that happened maybe in matches or in segments that you think. Yeah, if it's a moment, so yeah. So, for instance, Seth Rollins cashing in is a moment.
Yeah, a moment. So yeah. So we're not
Snoop Dogg. Performing, I don't know, or Kid Rock performing. If you think that's a moment, that's in there. I don't know why you would pick Kid Rock from last year.
That's my number one.
Or we could. I mean, if that's too broad and it's too much.
Fine. WrestleMania moments, absolutely fine because like you said, you're talking.
You look a bit iffy about it. Are you all right with it?
I just think it's a little broad.
Okay. So
I think why do we do next week as well? This one, WrestleMania entrances next week. Then we can chat about the other things. So entrances, there's loads, there's hundreds.
Yeah, but so entrance could be one on its own. WrestleMania moments is he's talking like Seth Rollins cashing in,
Cody winning,
Hogan, Rock and John Cena going against the Wyatts, like impromptu moments that were not as necessarily matches.
Yeah, okay.
Hogan picking up Andre.
Yeah, Seth Rollins getting the ultimate RKO of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
And then the week after,
and NWO coming out to help Sting and Triple H.
Yeah. The week after we'll do entrances.
Yeah.
We may do a double taping next week, boys. If you're not doing out, and do them both.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later. Unless we're doing GM mode, then that's a different story. But yeah, no, Ted,
Signs
finish it
out.
off.
So, another fantastic video. I say for you guys. You can find us all over the gaff at the Wrestling Fellas. So that's underneath us in the description, in behind us. Then come and join the Discord. We are trying to build up the community there. It's a place where we can all talk and have a laugh. So please join the Discord. But other than that,
let's make a deal from then, and we'll promote it in the next couple of videos in the next couple of weeks. If the Discord starts to build up and you get a stronger community in it, we'll do a live recording of the main event for people that want to come in and listen to us, and we'll talk about the news in that week, but then we'll open up a Q&A to the fellas.
Yeah.
But that we'll only do that if we grow. We have to grow.
Yeah.
That's the only way. It's not fair on expect the likes of ETC and Desert Man, who are regulars, to carry everybody. So yeah, join the Discord, and yeah, we'll do a live Q&A with the fellas where you guys can ask your questions, obviously within reason. If it's stuff that we asked us on a regular basis, do we like Jacob Fatu?
Is he in the game?
We're just gonna go. You know the answer to that. So yeah, we can do a Q&A because I feel like we're overdue and a bit of an update on the fellas and how we are. Not how we are as in like, but where we stand in like favourite wrestlers and stuff like that at the moment. It's probably a way overdue moment. But yeah, we'll do a live Q&A and record it, and you guys can get in on, like, you can literally, we'll put it on, so if you've got a mic, you can ask your question. It's not going to be a type in, we read it, we'll let you ask your question. But only if you guys join the Discord.
Yep. Get involved.
But as again and always, peace and yeet.